What if we are living in a simulation that was created in our ancient past? A simulation based on a code that was counterintuitive to the natural code of the universe. A code that keeps us trapped in a perpetual loop of life and death. Who built this system, and were there beings in our ancient past who discovered the secret to breaking out of this simulation? In her movie Code 12, investigative journalist Melissa Tittl has discovered a code that correlates with the number 12 and connects all these ancient stories, texts, symbols, calculations, and alignments. Could someone or something have embedded a code within our oldest and most endearing stories in an attempt to help those with the eyes to see break free from our simulated reality? In this video, we investigate one more of these ancient code connections.
As we are finding out, the idea of creation could be linked to the number 12 and the 13th. But what about reproduction in the physical sense? According to Stanford geneticist Dr. Jerry, who I interviewed in my movie Code 12, our very own DNA molecules have 12 strands, though only 3 are currently coded for protein. If we can fully unlock all 12 strands, we as humans could gain full control over space, time, and the universe. While researching for Code 12, I also found another curious relationship between our biology and the number 12 in the book Ancient Secret of the Flower of Life by Drunvalo Melchizedek, a connection to the very foundation of life itself: reproduction. Reproduction happens on our planet from the tiniest organisms to our own species. How a soul is able to be brought into the world through the womb of a woman has been a spiritual debate for thousands of years. But look through any biology textbook, and you might find the same thing in the reproductive cycle. It only takes one sperm competing against hundreds of millions to penetrate an ovum. And only the strongest can complete the journey. But is this really how nature works? In the book The Ancient Secret of the Flower of Life, author Drunvalo Melchizedek cites a Time magazine article that paints this process in a much more cooperative light. In this study, it was shown that sperm cells actually work together to impregnate the ovum. Scientists discovered that for one sperm to pass through the ovum, it takes 12 other sperm to surround the egg, creating an opening for a 13th sperm to proceed. So what scientists have discovered is not competition, but cooperation. In fact, the female ovum cannot even accept a sperm until it is saturated with hundreds of sperm. And despite what we've been told, that only the strongest sperm can make its way to the egg, it is actually the female that decides which sperm she will accept. Here we see the ideas of the divine masculine and the divine feminine coming together in a sort of dance. But the feminine will not accept a union until the 12 points of this sacred geometrical pattern are formed. Only then can the 13th pass and 2 can become one in this divine union. We see something similar take place in quantum physics with the propagation of space. It is the 12 vectors of sacred geometry that allow for anything to exist in the first place. Once these 12 vectors have formed, it creates a passage for one to traverse space and time through the number 13. In this series, we have learned that in this understanding, there is a divine union between the electromagnetic energy, just like there is a divine union or set structures of the male and female reproductive system. Is it possible that what we are seeing with the 13th sperm hypothesis is a fundamental law of the natural universe? And if this is true, did our ancestors in our ancient past know of this truth? In the Sumerian tablets, there are stories of how life was created on this planet, when the sons of the gods and the daughters of men came together in holy union. The gods were known as the Nephilim, and it is said that the 12 leaders of the Nephilim got together and mixed their seed with the blood of the woman, inhabiting our planet to form the first of what we now call today Homo sapiens sapien. Is this story of the Nephilim a metaphor for the 12 that allows the 13th to form the sacred union between the divine feminine and the divine masculine to bring about creation? It is argued that this correlation can be found in the story of Jesus and his 12 disciples. For Jesus to transfer the power of God or source, he was surrounded by his 12 disciples. Could the feminine aspect that allows the 13th sperm to enter be also represented by Mary, who is said to be Jesus' closest confidant? The 13th representing the transformation, the cosmic egg, surrounded by the cooperation of the 12 for the transformation of the universe. Are these stories trying to point us to understand creation from the tiniest thought to creating a physical life on the planet? An understanding of creation through cooperation between the male and female energies?
Is this one more piece of evidence that the natural universe was built on this base 12 math system, and that for some reason, we seem to be living outside of it in another system altogether? Yet another connection with Code 12 to our biology, this time found in our reproductive cycle. Why does this number seem to be showing up on every plane of existence, from the quantum to the cosmic? More importantly, why does humanity insist on running its society based on a base 10 system, which we have seen time and time again to be counterintuitive to the natural state of the universe? I believe that if we can unravel the code of the universe left to us by our ancient past, we might better understand our current situation, and more importantly, find a way to break out of our self-made prisons and become the ascended masters of our own universe. Until then, may the truth be within you.
Watch the movie Code 12 to learn the science behind the code on Amazon Prime right now. Subscribe here to get more updates and free content. That is, if the simulation doesn't get in your way.
Hey, thanks for watching this special presentation of Code 12 Investigates. Think you found another Code 12 connection? Then I'd like to hear it. Drop a comment below with what else you think I should investigate. Together, we might just be able to unravel this Code 12 mystery.